Ama uchanganye.
Yeah. Okay, first and foremost, I want to say that today we came to Uganda to see the parents of Nduta, a matter that I raised in Parliament. And this is one of our Kenyan citizens who is at Vietnam and arrested and almost facing a death sentence. And when the matter came in and I raised it in Parliament, I also raised it with the head of state. And I want to thank him because he has followed up with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and our consulate. And we have also had our embassy from Bangkok doing the communication with Vietnam. And I would say there is a lot of diplomacy and a lot of communication going on. But the best bit of it is that Nduta is not going to be hanged now. There's a lot of work going on, and very soon the government will give its position once the negotiations are done. So at this point, what I would like to say is that we thank His Excellency the President, the government, and all the government officials who have liaised with the Vietnam government to make sure that our daughter was not harmed. Number two, I also want to address the people who are in social media, because we would not want what happened to Nduta to happen to anybody else. So I would say, as you get this information, let us not become insensitive, and especially when we are discussing about this, because we are talking about somebody's life, and every life is very important. And number two, I'll also be raising a motion or a bill so that we can have a policy in Parliament. I want to tell all the agencies that I am giving them warning and an alert that we will not allow anymore agencies who are lying to our children that they are going to take them to jobs. We have seen children who are leaving Kenya, and by the time they get to the other side, whichever country they are being given, they are dumped there. Some are promised jobs, but by the time they get there, there are no jobs. Or some go, their passports are taken, and they even, some of them go through sexual harassment. So what I would want to say, we want to have a clear policy, and I'll be liaising very closely, even with the Ministry of Labour, to see that agencies are going to be relisted again. By the time you are being given a letter or a permit that you can become an agency, they have to go through thorough vetting. Because some of these agencies are the ones that, for the case, like what was the case of Nduta, they told her she's going to do a job of a house girl. Then they went and exchanged her bags. We don't know under what circumstance her bag was exchanged. Even when our children are living, because some of them even live, they have never traveled abroad. Some of them have never even entered a plane even to go to Mombasa. So by the time they go there, we need to train them that even when you go to the airport, don't exchange your bag, don't allow yourself to carry anybody's else, whether it's a purse, whether it's a bag, whether it's shoes. And even when they go, the country they are going, there should be a very clear policy that they'll be educated if they go. If you're in problem, how do you communicate to the embassy of that country? How can you even fight for your rights? If you go and you're abused, or you have a person who have employed you who is abusing, then how can you be able to reach out? Because some of them, we have had many, especially girls, who come back when they are dead. So we thank God that we knew the case of Nduta before the whole process went through. But you see, that case is from last year. We didn't have any communication happening. So, but in Parliament, we are going to, actually, I'm going to personally take up the matter. And I also raise the matter with the President, that we must vet the agencies that are recruiting our children, promising them greener pastures, but when they go the other side, they suffer, they run away from them.
There is an issue you spoke about. It is very good to bring Nduta to Kenya so that we can also get to know who are these other people who are involved in this.
Yes, what I've said is that when Nduta went to the other side, to Vietnam, she didn't have a lawyer to speak on her behalf. She didn't have even means of communication. So even when she was taken to court, she was not represented. What would say is that the government to do the best so that they can have somebody to represent her. And if possible, because this is diplomacy, we would pray, our prayer is that Nduta can be brought back to Kenya, because we want to know which is this agency. Who are these people who took Nduta with a bus from Nairobi, Huruma, to Ethiopia? Why did they have to take her through the road from Nairobi to Ethiopia? And then when she went to Ethiopia, she had to wait for 10 days. What was she doing for these 10 days? And we understand she was with somebody else who first went ahead, and then she was left behind. Who is this who exchanged her bags? And why did the agency keep quiet when she was arrested? Because I'm sure if they were following up, they knew she was arrested. So they should have informed the family earlier. We would have even informed the government earlier. We would have saved her life. Maybe Nduta will be back. So we would pray that she comes back, so that becomes a lesson even to the other agencies or other people who want to use our children as drug traffickers, and they use their innocence. Because if you don't know, you'll be given a bag, you don't know there is anything inside, and then at the end of the day, you are the one to lose your life. And we want to say something. Life is precious. And you know, God is a God of second chance. and judgment belongs to God. We will pray that Nduta comes back. It's better she be taken through the Kenyan process as we expose the agency and the people who used that innocent girl.
Thank you.
Okay. Wamboi. Alafu na mama. Wacheni kuondoka. Wamboi, and then mama.
Kwa majina naitwa Wamboi Masharia. Mimi ni twin sister ya Nduta. Nataka kushukuru president wetu William Ruto sababu jana nilipigiwa simu na PS wa Foreign Affairs Korili, na aliniambia Ruto pia anashughulikia Nduta. Asante sana.
Kuna vile ulikuwa umeelezea hapa wakati sister yako alifika na vile bag yake ilifungiwa. Just that bit. Jaribu. That bit alone. Please, jaribu.
Okay.
Vile alitoka na basi na vile
hapa Kenya akaenda Ethiopia na basi, akafikanga huko Ethiopia. Kufika huko alikaa 10 days. Ukakaa tena, walikuwa wasichana wawili. Nduta akaambiwa wewe ndio utakuwa wa mwisho kutoka. Vile siku yake ilifika ya kutoka, aliniambia Wambo wetu, nimenunuliwa bag, nimeambiwa yangu ni ndogo na pia ni mzee. So akanunuliwa sasa, akaambiwa toa nguo zako uweke kwa hii bag nyingine. Bag yake ikaipangwa kwa cargo. Nduta akatoka hapo airport ya Ethiopia akafikanga Qatar. Kufika Qatar akaniambia na kichwa